Welcome back. For this week's Mattar Help segment, I'm joined now by Ian Russ from our sponsors at William Mattar Law Offices with information on St. Luke's mission of mercy and their efforts in our community. Welcome, Ian. Tell us who you brought in today.
Yeah, so I brought Dennis from St. Luke's. He's their interim director right now, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what they do there.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Dennis, tell us about St. Luke's and the history behind it.
Sure. St. Luke's was founded back in 1994. Our co-founders, the late Amy Betros and the late Norm Paolini, met on a pilgrimage to Fatima, Portugal, and realized that they both had a call to serve God's poor. They both had a desire to serve His poor and the underserved. When they got back to Buffalo, they decided to buy a mission, or to start a mission to help the poor. And at the time, the Diocese of Buffalo was selling the St. Luke's Church, School, Rectory, and Convent. And with the help of a generous benefactor, they were able to purchase the entire complex. And on August 1st, 1994, St. Luke's was founded and opened its doors with a desire to do the corporal works of mercy, like feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, clothe the naked.
Okay. How have, having grown over the years, tell us about the wide array of services that you provide. I know you just mentioned a few of them.
Yes, and actually, when Amy and Norm opened back on August 1st in '94, the first thing they did was have a barbecue in the parking lot and feed the people. So that's one of the big things we do at St. Luke's. We presently serve between 500 and 600 people a day. Our afternoon meal between 12 and 2. We have a sandwich ministry out of one of our houses that provides sandwiches, pop, coffee, water in the morning and the evening for people that can't make our meal. And we also have a weekly food giveaway, and we give away bundles of food to over 200 families.
Wow, okay. Now, your efforts especially ramp up around the holidays, of course, during Thanksgiving and Christmas time. So tell us how you're able to give back.
Sure. For Thanksgiving, we do a large food giveaway where we give away to over 2,000 families. And each family receives two bags of dry goods, cranberry sauce, stuffing mix. They also receive a large chicken and a bag of produce. At Christmas, we do a very similar food giveaway for 1,800 families. And we also do a new toy giveaway at Christmas where we provide new toys to over 2,000 children.
Wow, amazing stuff there. There's also housing services as well, right?
There are. We currently have a Good Shepherd residence, which is our home for men in recovery. We have Lazarus House, which is our current homeless shelter for men, but that is going to be taken over by Build Promise, which is going to be our new homeless shelter for men. They can house over 90 men. That's slated to open toward the end of this year. We have Gospel Village, which is 7 homes with an 8th to be built coming up this year, or for 2026. And that's for single mothers and their children. And we also own about 18 homes in the neighborhood where we house individuals and families that have come upon hard times.
Wow, amazing work there. I know that to be able to do the great work that you clearly have already been doing for many years, it takes a lot of support through donations and volunteers for your organization, right?
Absolutely. We receive no money from the government. We receive no money from the Diocese of Buffalo. We're an independent Catholic mission. And so everything we receive comes from the generous people of Western New York, donations from individuals, families, corporations, and volunteers are so extremely important to us. We could not do what we do without our volunteers. So yes, we rely heavily upon God's providence through the generosity of people.
And do you want to tell us how William Mattar, the law offices of William Mattar, kind of discovered St. Luke's, their mission, and why it was important for you to showcase them?
Yeah, sure. So the Mattars themselves are very involved with St. Luke's, and especially in Build Promise. I know that we are currently housing a couple other people in our offices while their facility's being built. So, we see them on the daily, get to see some of their meetings going on, and they're doing some great work. And so it's just something that's close to the Mattars and the firm as a whole. And, we always try to bring on people who are doing great stuff in the community. And like you said, they've been doing it for so long. So it's just great to give them a little highlight here.
What are some of the greatest needs for St. Luke's right now?
I would say right now, we just started our Turn Up the Heat campaign. We found out very recently that our main steam pipes in our church will not survive another winter. So they have to be replaced, and that's $326,000.
Wow.
So we've started our campaign. We're on our way. We have over $100,000 raised, but we're really looking for people to help us raise the funds to be able to heat the church safely this winter. Not only because it's our spiritual home, but we also do our Thanksgiving and Christmas food giveaways in the church. Our new toy drive gets staged in the church. So the church is a vital part of our holiday ministry. So having it completed before the mid-November, and the cold is going to be a real blessing to us.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about this. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about all the ways our sponsors at the law offices of William Mattar are helping our community, just visit williammattar.com, and you can learn more about St. Luke's Mission of Mercy by visiting stlukesmissionofmercy.org. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.